Demo, not for broadcast. Property of WABC New York.
If you're thinking about changing schools, why wait? At Manhattan University, love those guys. You don't have to start over. With transfer-friendly pathways, your credits count, and you keep moving forward. From day one, you're part of Jasper Nation, preparing for the real world. And with New York City just a train away, opportunity is everywhere. Ready to move forward without missing a step? Visit manhattan.edu/transfer and enroll today. Manhattan University. Don't start over. Move forward.
The James Golden Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
All we're learning from this is that you should hit the gas. If you should run them over. You should run them over with your car, and you should do it quickly before they can shoot you. I have to go to my mechanic. I have to get my car fixed so that I can drive faster, just in case. This is insane. You should hit them. You should hit them. They will say you hit them anyway. You should hit them with your car.
You cannot convince me that the white women on this app that are claiming that she should have just complied, she should just listen, are not projecting their marital issues onto the rest of the world. Because I swear the only reason that a woman watching that video would claim that she should have just complied, she should have listened, is if they at home are also dealing with a man like that they know if they do not comply and they do not submit, they're going to get hit for it.
Welcome. It's not funny, but I can't help it. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Carlos, I'm sorry. Keep the music going and play the last one again, please.
You cannot convince me that the white women on this app that are claiming that she should have just complied, she should just listen, are not projecting their marital issues onto the rest of the world. Because I swear the only reason that a woman watching that video would claim that she should have just complied, she should have listened, is if they at home are also dealing with a man like that they know if they do not comply and they do not submit, they're going to get hit for it.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Monday edition of Bo Carlos, play that again.
You cannot convince me that the white women on this app that are claiming that she should have just complied, she should just listen, are not projecting their marital issues onto the rest of the world. Because I swear the only reason that a woman watching that video would claim that she should have just complied, she should have listened, is if they at home are also dealing with a man like that they know if they do not comply and they do not submit, they're going to get hit for it.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Bo Snerdley Rush Hour, the Monday edition. So glad you're here. There must be a secret. There must be a huge plantation-like farm somewhere in America where they grow these liberal women by the bushel, because there's so many of them. And they're everywhere. They're everywhere. And not only are they everywhere, they're spreading their messages everywhere. Okay. There are other things in the news besides Minneapolis, and we'll speak about some of them. But Minneapolis continues to the sad, tragic incident in Minneapolis continues to dominate the news coverage. And you would think, after people have had a chance to see the video multiple times now, that some of these arguments that are being raised would just be moot. Let me begin the show with a happy heavenly birthday. A happy heavenly birthday to the one and the only Rush Limbaugh. Today, I think, would be his 75th birthday, if he were here with us. And he is so sorely missed, and that comment about how much people miss him is also a part of daily life on America's social media. So, happy heavenly birthday to the one, the only Rush Limbaugh, without who talk radio would certainly not exist in this day and time. And he impacted so much more than talk radio. The American media landscape was changed forever with the enormous success that Rush Limbaugh had, not only on radio, on television, in print. Every aspect of American media has been changed. And more than that, he was just a wonderful human being. And happy heavenly birthday to Rush Limbaugh today. Also, another birthday today. And we did not have this reflected on our history sheet that Carlos and I used. By the way, Carlos is getting great. He may have to transition from behind the board to becoming an on-air personality at some point himself. Carlos asked me a question at the beginning of the show. He said, have you heard about the strike in New York? I said, of course I've heard about it. I have a story here. Well, nobody's talking about it. I said, well, Carlos, this is where great mind, Carlos is, I had the story top. Nearly 15,000 nurses. 15,000 nursing nurses went on strike in New York. I haven't heard Mondami say a peep about it. The nurses went on strike in New York. The union representing the nurses says the strike is necessary to force the hospitals in New York to ensure minimum staffing ratios so that nursing nurses aren't overwhelmed with too many patients. They're also demanding, of course, what is behind every strike. And I asked Carlos that question. Carlos, what is behind almost every single strike known to man?
Money.
And woman. Yes, money. They're demanding more buckages. They want more buckages. They want more security. Security? They want more security. Can you imagine being in New York, one of the safest cities in the world? Almost as safe as Seattle, which is in turmoil because the new mayor there, first thing she did, said don't arrest the druggies. And now the entire city, in just a few days of her being sworn into office, is in turmoil. Anyway, Hochul, the governor of New York, signed an executive order declaring that a disaster is imminent. She signed it on Friday, that the upcoming strike was likely to impact the availability and delivery of care, threatening public health. Well, why would they be striking for more money? They can ride the free buses, can't they? And get free daycare and get free food from, cheap food from the government grocery stores. By the way, where's all that free stuff? When you ride the buses, do you still have to pay, Carlos? When you get on a MTA, Metropolitan Transit Authority bus, do you still have to pay outrageous fees to get from one place to another?
I paid $3 the other day instead of $2.90.
So you're paying more money. Did it get there faster?
No.
Mondami lied. You folks in New York that voted for him, you're being fooled already. The buses aren't faster and they're not free. And let's see. Oh, Nursey Nurse just texted me. Hi, Nursey Nurse. I also heard from the Countess's husband, Mr. Bond, today. And he didn't know that the Countess was worried about him hitting her because she saw those videos. And she's just like the rest of most of Americans saw the video, said that woman shouldn't have tried to run into law enforcement. Let's see. Oh, look at this. And Nursey Nurse just types in text, say, I love this, real-time communication, that it is, in response to the security question, it is unsafe everywhere for nursey nurses. And I did not know that. The House Administration Committee is putting up a bill, apparently, that will ban stock trading from Congress. Let's see if that one ever flies. And also, here's a late-breaking headline. Muhammad Ali's family is ecstatic as the boxer is to be honored with a commemorative U.S. postage stamp. I just watched the Kim Burns documentary series on Muhammad Ali. It was absolutely terrific. So the first issue day ceremony for the Muhammad Ali Forever Stamp is planned for this Thursday in Louisville, Kentucky for Muhammad Ali. That's just awesome. Just awesome. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break really quickly. What do you have, by the way, of music for us, Carlos? And then when we get back, we're going to hear from some more of these liberal women. We're going to hear
The James Golden Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The James Golden Show, entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
James Golden Snerdley here. Okay, let us resume, ladies and gentlemen, some of the news of the day, by the way. And we're going to get more with these protests. You know, last night was the Golden Glove, not the Golden Gloves, that's boxing, the Golden Globes. I don't know whether I've ever watched the Golden Globe Award. I could care less about the Golden Globes or most of these Hollywood things. It's a Hollywood thing. They get together and celebrate how great they think they are with each other. And this guy, Mark Ruffalo, was there. Cut 11. This is, he was wearing a pin. It's a pin that says, I am good, or something like that. But it's not, it's in honor of this Renee Good. And so he was asked about it, little Ebonic language there. He was asked about it by a reporter, and this is what Mark Ruffalo had to say.
This is for her. This is for the people in the United States who are terrorized and scared today. I know I'm one of them. I love this country, and what I'm seeing here happening is not America. It's not.
Mark, why do you feel that this platform is still useful to spread a message like this?
Listen, I want to pretend like this. I want to be here to celebrate, and I am here to celebrate, and I'm proud to have a Golden Globe nomination. But also, this is not normal anymore. And so I don't know how I could be quiet. And I'm feeling a little sick, so it's hard to BS right now. So
it's hard to BS right now because he's feeling a little sick. I guess America's not normal. Enforcing the law isn't normal to liberals. And this guy is just so consistently he's one of the TDS Trump liberal haters out there. Anyway, the mayor of Minneapolis, Jacob Frey, still out there. He was asked about Tim Walz. We'll get to that after the break because he's so funny in that. But Iran is in the news. Iran is willing to negotiate. They're saying they're willing to negotiate with Donald Trump. They're ready for war. That's what the Iranians are saying. We are ready for Wawa. But we're also ready to talk. They're not mentioning this whole death to America right now while their citizens are running in the streets saying death to Khomeini. But they do say they're ready to talk with Donald Trump. But they're ready for Wawa. James Golden, Snerdley, fastest hour in American media. Don't go away. Stay right here.
The James Golden Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. The James Golden Show, entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
So, before I go into work today, there is something that I would like to suggest. As many of you know, ICE is raiding pretty much anywhere and everywhere that we can touch, okay? And this can go for anybody, but especially for women, I feel like we have a really big fear that ICE could kidnap us whenever, abduct us, throw us in a van, and do other things besides, you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? but I thought of a way that may prevent this, okay? And this isn't to shame anybody who might actually have these issues. However, something you can do is when they come up to you, tell them you got AIDS. Tell them you got syphilis. They're not going to want to touch you. Example, if an ICE agent comes up to me, I say, yeah, I'm a U.S. citizen, I'm 26 years old, I'm autistic, and I have HIV.
All right, MAGA. You can have it. You can have the whole damn thing, the whole damn country. You and friggin' Trump, the whole administration can go to hell. I've had enough of you guys. You know, all I ever do is come in and ask questions. And you guys are just as mean as snakes, man. As mean as you can friggin' be. We've had enough. My wife and I are selling our place, and we're moving. We're gonna friggin' move to Mexico, man. I'm so tired of you guys. My wife is in the house right now, bawling her friggin' eyes out because of you guys. What the hell's the matter with you? Where's your humanity? You can have it. I'll tell you what. Mark my words on this. Trump's going down. That whole administration is. And I'll watch it from afar.
I don't know who out there hurt his wife's feelings. First of all, I don't believe in hurting anybody's feelings. You know, I don't like that. I don't hurt people's feelings, but it hurt my feelings online. So why do you keep going online? And if you go to a place and you see it's a sewer, then stay out of the sewer. But instead of staying out of the sewer, you engage people in the sewer, and then the people in the sewer hurt your feelings, and then I've had enough. We're going to move to Mexico.
That was macho?
Yeah, that's macho. We're moving to Mexico. Good luck with the cartels down there, by the way. Okay, Trump on Air Force One. You know, when he comes down to Florida over the weekend and then he has to go back up, we get some of the best sound bites from the media because they ask him questions. He always comes out, they ask him, unlike Biden, they ask him questions. So cut one, if you can't hear the question, the woman from CNN is asking the president, el presidente, if Iran takes his threats seriously. And you'll hear his response. This is Donald Trump on Air Cut One from, yes, here we go.
Don't you think so, CNN? Don't you think so? Wouldn't you say that they probably do at this point? After going through it for years with me, being hit, Soleimani, al-Baghdadi, the Iran nuclear threat wiped out, don't you think, and then you just had Venezuela, don't you think, she says, CNN, do you think they take your threat seriously? Wouldn't you say they do after all of the things we've done? What a stupid question.
Are you coordinating with allies?
Oh, there's only one Donald Trump. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, Democrat Senator Mark Kelly, one of the seditionists, is suing the United States of America's Pentagon over attempts to punish him for his seditious video, he and the Sedition Six, about so-called illegal orders, him trying to cause an uprising in the American military. Kelly, a former Navy pilot, is... Do we have the Village People Navy? Do we have that one? Navy. It's in the Navy. That's right, in the Navy. We don't have in the Navy. Well, too bad. Kelly, a former naval pilot, is seeking to block his censure from they keep saying this defense secretary, from WOA secretary. We got it. Let me do this again. Democrat Secretary Mark Kelly suing the Pentagon. The former Navy pilot seeking to block his censure from WAWA Secretary Pete Hegseth last week. Pete Hegseth, Secretary of WAWA, announced last Monday he censured Kelly over the former Minneapolis participation in a video that called troops to resist unlawful orders. Of course, suggesting that they should determine what legal or illegal orders were, trying to cause dissent in the military. Hegseth said the censure, by itself a simple formal letter with little practical consequence, was a necessary process step to proceedings that could result in the demotion of Kelly's retired rank of captain and subsequent reduction in retirement pay. Kelly said the First Amendment forbids the government and its officials from punishing disfavored expression or retaliating against protected speech, according to his lawsuit. That prohibition applies with particular force to legislators speaking on matters of public policy. We'll find out whether that plays or not. So, there you have that. Now, Donald Trump also investigating Fed Chair Jerome Powell over the central bank's multi-billion-dollar project to renovate its headquarters. There are, yes, Republicans that are upset. Not Democrats, mind you, they're upset too. But the lead story on this one in Politico, Republican North Carolina Senator Tom Tillis is vowing to block all of President Donald Trump's future appointees to the Federal Reserve, including the upcoming vacancy of the chair. Justice Department criminal probe over this Justice Department criminal probe into Jerome Powell. Tom Tillis, Republican senator from North Carolina, upset, say he gonna just, I don't like Trump, Department of Justice, looking into the Fed. So I'm gonna block everything Donald Trump throw up there in terms of nominations. I'm going to Republican Senator Tom Tillis, North Carolina. Capital R. And in this case, it does not stand for Republican. Let's see. In other news, we still have this Minneapolis thing. I know you hear it day in, day out, so I want to get some other stuff. We have plenty of bites. We got Ilhan Omar. We got, a guest rebelled on PMS NBC's Now. On PMS NBC Now, a guest went into rebellion, and you could hear the hostesses, or the host is, two hosts, males. One of them is Jonathan Capehart. The other is that guy with the big bushy afro that is Eugene, somebody that runs that runs the National Press Club or whatever. They were hosting the show, and a guest rebelled. You want to hear what rebellion sounds like on PMS Now, NBC Now, PMS, whatever? Here's the rebellion that was on PMS NBC Now.
This was a mother. This was a woman that even said, hey, I'm not mad at you.
Right. Literally seconds before she was shot.
But there is the reality is that there was a point where she was using her vehicle as a weapon, right?
Was she?
That is what the video I
That is an accusation. That is an accusation. But
that is not I saw where her wife was saying, come on, baby, let's go. Drive, baby, drive. There is a video where she's charging using her car. Now, we can debate that. If we have the clip, great. But I'm not going to say that this was right. That is just one thing that I don't think this administration should do either. This went too far.
What? You're not pouting the target. What? That's not the party line. That's not why we brought you on here. What? It's just hysterical. That's an accusation. No, it's fact. Just look at the video. That's an accusation. What? And then this guy, this mayor of Minneapolis, cut 7. Listen to this. Listen to this malarkey.
Anybody can see these videos. Anybody can see that this victim is not a domestic terrorist. I mean, my goodness, she's like doing a 3 or a 4 or 5 point turn. This looks like somebody that's trying to get out of there. If doing a 3 point turn or a 4 point turn is a domestic terrorist, and my wife is a criminal every single day. It does not make sense.
Your statement doesn't make sense. She's doing a 3, 4, 5. What the hell is a 5 point turn, by the way? Must be something peculiar to the people in what did the guy call it last week? Minneapolis. Must be something peculiar going on up there in Minneapolis where people are doing 5 point turns. But that's not what she was accused of. She ran into an officer and he tries to pretend and he calls her a victim. She was clearly disobeying the law. And by the way, so was the wife that was urging her to drive on. Good story about that in the Daily BS today. Anyway. One more and then we'll head to a break. And it's a quick one. Representative Jayapal. Cut number 9. And here's Jayapal.
And I think that we as Democrats cannot vote for more money for this unaccountable Department of Homeland Security that is terrorizing people across the country. Not the worst of the worst. U.S. citizens, residents, people who have been here for 20 years without ever committing a crime.
Of course, ICE, the terrorist. This is a common rant among Democrats.
The James Golden Show on the Red Apple Podcast Network. James Golden Show, entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Google, your friends, my friends over at Google. I have a friend overseas. That's how she pronounces it, Google. Google is emailing 13-year-olds. Yes, you heard me right. Google is emailing 13-year-olds instructing them on how they can remove parental controls without the consent of their parents. Google's policy allows children to graduate from parental controls as soon as they turn 13. So now Google is sending out emails to kids, hey, here's how you disable the parental, you're 13, you don't need your parents. And here's how you disable that parental control from your Google account. Obviously, some parents are a little concerned. I thought we were going to play Too Much Heaven. You're playing How Deep Is Your Love, which I don't mind. I love this song, as all of you know. Maurice Gibb passed away on this day. He was 53 years old. Only 53. In Miami, Florida. On this day in 2003. He had a heart attack during abdominal surgery. I did not know until recently that he had been married to Lulu. The singer Lulu from 1969 to 1973. I didn't know that. Anyway, Bee Gees, one of my all-time favorite groups. Ever. May God bless, protect each and every single one of you, your families, your loved one. Love and gratitude for your being here with me, allowing me to be with you. God willing, we're back tomorrow. Until then, I bid you adieu.
Thanks for listening to The James Golden Show. You can hear The James Golden Show Saturday mornings at 7. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?
Every week, the Payne family cuts straight to the real financial story.
The one question, Bob, everyone's asking is, are we in an artificial intelligence bubble? You've been through boom and bust. What do you think?
No hype, no myths. Just what actually matters to your money.
Does feel very similar to what we experienced in the 90s. Where are we, though? Are we in 1995, 1997, 1999?
Listen to the Pain Points of Wealth on the Red Apple Podcast Network.